Hello, my name's Chris Ringler. I am an author, podcaster, and general ne'er-do-well. I want to talk to you for a second about my book, Marilyn and the Werewolf. Um, as a writer, I generally have tended to do darker fiction, horror fiction, that kind of genre stuff. But in the last few years, I kind of got an itch to do kind of other projects and tried my hand at writing books for kids. And that's just because, I was, as a kid growing up, I was a monster kid. I loved monsters. I loved horror movies. I loved scary stuff. I loved Halloween. I loved all of that. And I wanted to put a little of that passion into books for younger people and for kids. Flash forward to 2018. I lost my mother in 2018, and within about a month of that, we lost a dog we had adopted. So it was a really hard time dealing with all of that and dealing with the grief. As my mother was winding down, I needed to process this grief and kind of find a way to deal with it all. And I had the idea of writing a book for her. And trying to capture some of the mom that I grew up with, this woman that fostered this love of scary stuff and Halloween and horror in me. And that is when I started work on Marilyn and the Werewolf. As we started to lose our dog, I knew that I had to have Banshee in it as well. So the book became kind of this love letter to both of them, to these two souls that I lost. And that it broke me to lose them because they were both very sudden, very, very, well, you know what? My mother was prolonged, so we knew it was coming, but it feels so sudden because they're just gone. And for Banshee, she was a puppy still and we lost her. So trying to kind of these two sides of grief, trying to deal with it all. And I wrote this book, and it's the story of a young girl and her dog, and hearing something in the neighborhood, hearing a wolf, and afraid that there is something scary and mysterious out there in the world and in her neighborhood, and she goes out to figure out and find out what it is. And this is a book for all ages. It's nothing overtly violent or really too scary or anything. It was just a way to kind of memorialize my mom and our dog, and to tell a fun, spooky story. It at its heart, it's a fun, spooky story. All of my kids books are kind of the same vein. They're all kind of all ages and spooky. But covering kind of heavy subjects that kids deal with. Kids deal with death and divorce and bullying and all these things, and trying to find friends. And these books kind of tackle all those things, but with monsters and kind of those kind of ideas. So it's not kind of preachy to them. This is the time of year that we lost both of our dog and my mom, and it always reminds me of that time. And it's nice to have something like Marilyn the Werewolf as kind of just, if not for the world, for me, just as a way to remember them. And it's out in the world. It's a pretty neat little book. If you have kids that are going through any of these heavy issues, check it out. I'm Chris. I'll talk to you later.